Hi everyone, Chef K here. We are going to do a fruit salad, and I'm going to make a watermelon basket today. So I'm going to show you all that today. So fruit salad's very popular because of this time now. Fruit's coming out. It's getting more. You're getting more fresh fruit now. This is a really nice dessert. Actually, you can have this anytime. All right. So when you have these, a lot of times you want to plate it. In other words, you want to put it and arrange it. You don't want to just throw it together and mix it too much, because you don't want the fruit to break up. All right. If stuff does break up on you, try to arrange the smaller pieces on the bottom, pieces that are broken, make the nicer stuff for the top. All right. If it's fruit that's this color, all right, so in other words, bananas, they change color. If they're out, they get brown. You want to put some kind of acidity type of fruit on it, orange, lemon, squeeze that on, and that'll help it so it doesn't turn. I don't have bananas here today to use, so we won't have to worry about that. Fruit doesn't hold well after it's cut and sitting out for a while, so as soon as you do this, you want to make sure you cut it in as close to surface as you can. Keep it fresh, keep it refrigerated. Make sure if you're using canned fruit, you drain it real good. All right. Of course, we're using fresh today. And it's also that a lot of the juice that you use from the can, if you drain it, you can actually use that as a dressing also. So we're going to start with this melon here. And I just wanted to show you how I usually start out. So the thing is, when you cut the top, you want it even all the way around. All right. If you try to just go and start cutting it, a lot of times it's going to be uneven. So I'm just going to show you what I do. I take a Sharpie and I kind of find something that's kind of close to this where I want to cut it. And all I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to go right around and see how this kind of just stays. All I'm doing is spinning this. And that's how that line should be level all the way across. In other words, it should be the same height of the melon. All right, you can see that. So now I know where I'm going to cut because I have it all marked. All right, so I don't need this. And you have to check. I had to put a couple different things in here, check on the size, how high I wanted to cut this. So what I have here, it's a V cutter. So if you look at it here, you can see it almost looks like a V if I put it this way. All right. So it's got jagged edges, and what this does is this will cut in and it'll make a V cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right on, and I'm going to go right on the line that I cut, and then I go across and I go to the next one. I have to space it a little bit because I want to make sure that when I do this, I'm giving room for it to cut. So as you can see, these little cuts. And what I'm doing is I'm going right on that line. Now, if I was going to do a handle, I would have made a line across, and I wouldn't have cut that, of course. But I'm just going to go straight across this and just make it a full cut all the way around. Otherwise, I would have made a handle. I would have stopped on each side and left that open. All right. So sometimes you can go back over it if you need to, but usually you can get that cut off, and as you can see how nice and even that's cut. And sometimes you might want to, this one actually is not too bad. It's kind of flat on the bottom, but sometimes you might want to take and cut a little groove on the bottom, a little flat spot, so this doesn't roll around on you. But it's really not too bad. I can handle this. So the next thing is I go around the watermelon with my knife And I'm just going, and I'm leaving a little edge, but I'm going without going all the way to the bottom. I'm trying to go as close as the bottom as I can, as I'm going right around. And go through one more time. And I want to make sure I cut it. And then what I'll do is I'll cut little grooves here, because what I'm going to do is use these for slices of the watermelon when I slice this. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to start removing the watermelon. And you kind of want it to come out as big as you can, as whole as a piece you can. As you can see, it's coming out pretty good. You might want to go on the other side and make sure it's loose. And then just going to put it in there, and then loosen up this side again. Bring that out. And what I'm doing is just going over where I already cut, and I'm trying to bring that up so I can use this later. And then what you could do is, I like to take a spoon and then go around and just clean it up. So I've got it pretty cleaned out, and I'm just gonna throw the juice. Actually, I'll just throw the juice in here, and I'll just go to the bottom. And sometimes people like to keep a little juice in. It's up to you. But if you look in here, you can see it's all cleaned out nice. All right, so there's my shell, and this is actually my basket here. So I have that all ready. So the next thing is I'm just going to start getting this other fruit ready to go. So I got a cantaloupe. So I'm going to bring that over and show you. I'm just going to basically cut this both ends. Then I hold it straight. And then all I'm going to do is carve around it. Thing is, you want to curve your knife when you do this. If you go straight down, you're going to cut right down through, and you're going to use a lot of your waste, a lot of your melon. So it's important to kind of curve your knife around. So in other words, it's round, you want to curve the knife around. And this, of course, is thrown out. And what I do is I flip it back over and just see if there's any parts I missed, which I did. And I just cut that off. And the next part is just cut it in half. And of course, you're going to have your seeds. And then again, your spoon. And what you do is just take it and loosen all this up. If you're into replanting this, you can take these seeds and dry them. Plant them next year. Truthfully, I don't know if I've ever tried it, but so we have that all cleaned. Do the same here. Basically, you loosen this right up, and then just throw the seeds right out. Right, so we have that done, and then I have the honeydew, and that's another melon we're going to do. All right, both ends flat, and again, we're going to carve around the outside, take the skin off, Make sure you curve your knife around. All right, now we're gonna go back on the other side, clean that up. Not too much left on there. Straight down. Same thing, remove our seeds. And that one done. All right, so as you see, we have all our melon ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start cutting this up and we're gonna start filling it in. Now, remember I was talking about placing the fruit? We're gonna kind of place it in here also. I'm not gonna just take it and throw it in and mix it. I'm gonna kind of place it in. I'm gonna do like mix everything up. So we're gonna start out with the cantaloupe. And basically I just go straight down. And then just cut in chunks. And I'll start throwing that in as we go. Throw that in. And then I'm going to cut some of the honeydew up. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to throw some of that in. Oh, some of it got away on me. Then I'm going to take some of that watermelon that I had earlier. And I'm going to add that in there. Watermelon's very ripe, kind of soft. Throw that in. If it's like real small, again, you can either save it for something else or a little bit more in. Come back and add some. So I have watermelon, I have honeydew, and I do have some blueberries. So I already, of course, washed these up. So I'm going to sprinkle some of them in. And I have strawberries. I'm going to cut some of them. And usually strawberries, you want to cut the top off. And you could kind of chunk in half. That in, and then we just keep, we got some grapes, forgot about the grapes, some grapes in there, and then we're going to go back, more cantaloupe, honeydew, cantaloupe. I went backwards. This is the cantaloupe, the other one's honeydew. This is the cantaloupe. Alright, so you see it's starting to fill up on the top. Add a little bit more honeydew. When it starts filling up, then I'm going to start trying to make it a little bit more appealing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to throw some grapes in there. And then what I like to do is take the strawberries because the strawberries have a nice little shape to them. I'm gonna take top off. I'm just gonna do some slices. I'm just gonna place these around and make it look nice. Placing them in, everything's falling over here. The wind seems like every time you want to enjoy outside, it's windy. It wouldn't be bad if it's 90 degrees, but it's still not that hot. Need one more here. Alright, so you can see how I arranged it, made it look nice there. And then you could even do a little bit more things. Put like a grape in between, or not grape, a blueberry. Look at that. A blueberry in there. Okay, Sarah's there dying on me. And see how just by placing stuff, it makes it look more appetizing, more appealing to the eye. And then we'll put a few blueberries in the middle. And there you go, guys. So here we go. We have a nice fruit salad basket. There's just one more thing. If you want to make it fancy too, you could also do this. So this is a Parisian scoop. All right, it's a scooper, and what you do with this is, it's time consuming, but what you do is you put it inside and you bury it, and you just do a circle. It's melon baller, and then you can make little round pieces of the melon. I don't do this because it's like time consuming. Do you see how long it just takes to do that? But if you want to make it really nice on top, you could also add like this too on there, just to make a little melon balls. But of course I'm not going to do that now because I did it all neat job there already. So that is our basket for today. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And this of course only took not even half the fruit. So what you want to do is you can either wrap all this stuff up, or you could cut this up and just save it in a Ziploc bag or something, and then refill your fruit basket if you want. So you could do that. All right, so again, guys, thank you, and I hope you enjoy your day.